Hello guys, this is B2 from Bootball Reviews. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have another review for you. This is the Puma King Platinum in the launch blackout colorway. Alright, so we'll get right into the review now. Before I do start, usually in my videos you see I usually start with tech specs where I go over basically what the boot's made of, what they look like. I'll show you some detailed looks, and then I go over what's in the box, etc, etc. Well, from today onwards I won't be doing that, because if you remember, I had an unboxing video of the Puma King Platinums a few weeks ago, and that's how I'm going to do my videos going forward. I'll do an unboxing and I'll do a short but more informative reviews, so you have shorter videos, and hopefully I'll get more videos out for you, especially given that the season's now finished here in Melbourne. That means I have more time on weekends. Anyways, let's get straight into them. Now, before I actually get into my my experiences with this boot, just want to tell you quickly about the sizing of the boot. Now, not sure if you can see there, but I have gone to a US 7.5 with these boots. For those of you who've seen my other videos, you know that's my actual true to size. Like, if I actually measure out my my feet, my recommended sizing that comes out is US 7.5. However, a lot of my boots that I've been wearing are US 8 or 8.5. Now, I'll do another video in the future regarding why I've made that change. But with these, basically, I fit into them, I've got them, and I won't go too much into the sizing at the moment. I'll just get straight into my thoughts. Right, guys, so when I first got these, when I tried them on, I was a little bit worried, because obviously this is the first time I'm actually going actual true to size in any of the boots I've ever worn. And also they were very, very tight all around the foot, not just one part. It was literally everywhere. Everywhere it was really tight. I fit in, yes, and I knew it was leather, so I knew it will stretch, but I wasn't quite sure. And that's why I started before I took them out to the pitch, I started wearing them around work. So I put them on for about a total of 1.5 hours over, I think, 2 wears. Literally just sitting in my office on carpet, just walking around, and just getting a feel of the boots. Oh, come on, camera. There you go. And you know what? At the start, I almost thought I had to return them. They were almost unbearable, and they were that uncomfortable, especially around the heel area. And that's one of my biggest complaints with this boot. And I'm going to take out the insole so I can show you. But basically, they've used synthetic leather from this seam here all the way around the heel. I think it's synthetic. You know what? To be honest, I'm not quite sure, but I'm certain it is. That can't be leather. Anyways, same material goes inside all the way, and it was really, really uncomfortable. The discomfort around the heel area was so bad, and that's one of my usual sort of weak areas, if you like. Whenever I try on new boots, that's where I get a lot of my blisters, and I wasn't quite sure. But when I wore it second time at work, there was a huge improvement. Not comfortable, but still a huge improvement from what I felt the first time around. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to take them out to the pitch. And first few wears, it was coaching or just myself doing light training, like jogging or juggling the ball. And it got better. With every wear, there was a distinctive improvement in comfort. And as you can see, again, I'm just going to try to get the camera there. The creasing, if you want to compare to my unboxing video, which I'll link below, has increased, and this leather has softened up so much, and it's actually stretched and molded to my foot. Now, one of my worries with this boot was because it was so thin and it only had this internal caging here, this hourglass shape. I'm not sure if you can see. That's the only thing I can see anyways, unless I cut these open. I'm not sure what other internal support cage there is, but that's the only one I can sort of see. And other than the stitching of the brands and there's really nothing other than the leather. So I was actually worried about overstretch, but obviously it didn't overstretch. Stretched nicely to the shape of my foot. Otherwise, comfort was spot on. It was like any other leather boot. I would even say at the moment, out of the three big brands, Nike with their Tiempos, Adidas with their Copper 19s, and Puma with, I guess, King Platinum is the actual leather boot from this brand, given that Puma 1 is a little bit more of a speed boot. I think, like a true leather comfort wise, I think this is the top out of the three brands. And after about the fourth wear, or about roughly 10 hours into the boot, remember, even though I wasn't really training in them, coaching in them, and just, getting a feel of the ball, after that, I was able to actually take some senior training, like intensive training with my teammates. And then, I've since then won it in about 4 or 5 games. And as you can see, it feels brilliant. It has now become one of those boots that I take with me, to do other boot testing as a backup pair. That's how confident I am in these boots, and that's how comfortable these boots are. However, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. There are always downsides to every boot. I don't think any boot's perfect, but with these ones, my biggest complaint, as I said, number one was the heel. The heel area at the start, and I'd almost say, until I got into that senior training stage. So even within 10 hours, the discomfort here was so bad. And as I said, the material they used, I'm not sure if there you go, it just feels really cheap and bad. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons. If this was a boot with a little bit more cushioning, maybe it might have helped. But that's my first complaint. And my second complaint is this. It's not really just on this boot, but these sort of boots. So I believe this is the unofficial Puma 1 low. I've never tried the Puma 1 lows, because Puma 1 lows in the past have come with not a knitted collar, but a normal tongue. And the reason I like the knitted tongue is because I obviously have a high arch, and it stretches, and it's really, really comfortable for me. But since the Puma King Platinums come out, Puma have discontinued, or as far as I know, have not brought out a low version of the Puma 1s anymore. And given that these use the same sole plate as the Puma 1s, I believe this is the unofficial Puma 1 lows. But so just by looking at them, and just the general thickness of the leather and the sole plate, this is like a leather speed boot from the Puma King brand, Puma brand, I should say. And what I've noticed, and I think I noticed this more because I was testing out the Adidas X19 Pluses as I had these as a backup player, and I was sort of switching in between the boots. I've noticed these are not as responsive as a true speed boot, which is fair enough. This is a leather boot, and they're never going to be as responsive as barefoot as them. However, these are very, very thin leather. So compared to a more true leather boot, as an example, I can think of like a Copa Mundial, or I believe Mizuno Rebilla. Not sure about the 3, but 1s and 2s, and so those leather boots, like a leather purist won't choose this over those kind of boots. And if you like speed boots, then you're going to choose speed boots over there. So what I'm trying to say is, they are trying to do they're trying to mimic two sort of different boots, I think, in one. And when you try things like that, you're meant to give the best of two worlds, where I feel like they're trying, but if you want a speed boot, if you're that kind of guy, you wouldn't choose this. You'd go for a speed boot, and you'd get much more aggressive traction, as aggressive as these boots are. Like, for example, Mercurials have the most aggressive traction out on the market. So why would you choose this boot over that if you were after aggressive traction? And if you're after leather, obviously there are really, really good leather boots out there. But that being said, it is probably unfair to say that this sort of experience that I'm explaining is based on the fact that I had these out with a true speed boot, which is really, really thin and really, really responsive. So obviously, if you just get these, And if you're just a normal person that just has one boot, unlike me, yeah, you'll love these. I mean, otherwise, this boot is great. My worry was that it was a thin leather with not too much reinforcement, so I thought they will overstretch, but they haven't. They've molded perfectly to my my feet, I should say, and yeah, they feel perfect. Anyways, guys, that is it for my review today. I wanted to keep it short. I hope it was short enough. If you did enjoy the video, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you have high arch feet, if you have wide feet, if you have weird shaped feet like me, please subscribe and yeah, just look out for my future videos, please. Comment below if you have any questions or opinions. I'd love to get a chat going on. Otherwise, guys, that is it for my review today, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.